Okay, let's unpack this. We're going back to 1978. It was a year of disco and inflation. But in Speedway, Indiana, just outside Indianapolis, the headlines were dominated by something far more chilling. It started as a routine late-night closing shift at a local burger chef. I mean, a completely mundane American scene that, by all accounts, should have been utterly forgettable.
But it wasn't. It quickly turned into one of the most enduring, frustrating, and just contradictory cold cases in modern true crime history. Our sources lay out the initial facts clearly, but they also highlight the foundational failure of the investigation.
Okay.
The immediate assumption that this was a simple, desperate robbery gone wrong.
Exactly. Our mission today is to cut through that initial assumption and focus squarely on the contradictory details, the small, almost procedural nuggets that prove this was much more complex than a smash and grab. The setup is simple. November 17th, 1978, four young employees are scheduled to close up the restaurant at 11 p.m.
Right. Those four employees were Jane Freed, Ruth Ellen Shelton, Daniel Davis, and Mark Flemons. They were last seen performing their usual closing duties. By the next morning, the Burger Chef doors were open, the restaurant was empty, and the night deposit was gone.
So police walk into a scene of apparent theft and disappearance. They
Good.
see missing money, missing people, and the police logic dictates
Robbery.
robbery, and maybe the robbers took the witnesses. But here is the very first detail that should have raised immediate flags, and it's the critical synthesis from the sources. When police entered the restaurant, they found no signs of a struggle.
And that is a staggering point to overlook. I mean, if four people, three of whom were young men, were suddenly confronted by, say, one or two assailants during a crime of desperation, you would expect a chaotic scene.
Right.
We're talking about broken glass, maybe a dropped tray,
Mm.
fingerprints, overturned stools, something. The fact that the restaurant was described as neat and in proper closing order suggests absolute control and compliance was established immediately.
It almost suggests the perpetrator was known to them or had managed to get them to comply instantly, maybe under the threat of a very visible weapon, or perhaps by posing as someone official.
Yes, if it wasn't a panicked amateur, it implies a level of cool professional control right from the start.
It does. And that initial clean scene is the prelude to an agonizing period because the victims didn't